Good morning. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate the 2021 graduating classes of the PharmD and PharmD for Pharmacists programs at the University of Toronto. I'm Lisa Dolovich, Professor and Dean at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy, and it is my real pleasure to welcome all of you to our celebration today. Our graduating students, proud parents, family members, and friends. I'm sure you're all excited and ready to celebrate. Before we start our event this morning, I'd like to acknowledge the land which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it's been the traditional land of the Indigenous peoples and remains home for Indigenous peoples across Turtle Island. We're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. As our event is virtual again this year, I encourage you to share your moments on social media. As a further way for us to connect, please tag us using @UofTPharmacy or @I'mPharmacy and use the official Convocation hashtag @UofTGrad21. We'll be delighted to follow along with you. To our newest graduates, your perseverance and resilience has been clear and inspiring. As you've excelled through a challenging and unprecedented time, the COVID pandemic required your repeated and rapid adaptation as you met the demands of your academic programs, served the public on rotations and in volunteer activities, and you managed your own wellness and personal lives. Your accomplishments are truly extraordinary and have helped build a foundation that will serve you well long into the future. As the newest generation of pharmacists, I urge you to meet the change head on and embrace it. Change is a disruptor, as the pandemic has clearly shown all of us. But broad societal change, as we've recently seen, provides new opportunities to innovate across sectors, to rethink old habits, and to do things differently. In this past year and a half, you've also witnessed significant change in our profession. Pharmacists have been at the forefront of the pandemic as we've moved quickly to support public health efforts and to manage and prevent illness from COVID-19 in so many settings in diverse communities. Our role is growing, and with that shift comes more responsibility and more reward. It's truly been amazing to see all that pharmacy's accomplished over this past year and a half. As multidimensional professionals, you have an excellent reputation. Surveys show that pharmacists are some of the most trusted healthcare professionals in the country. I encourage you to build on that reputation. Wherever you go and whatever you do, be proud of your degree and proud of your profession and of your own unique identity. Also remember that you'll forever be an important part of our community, this community. We're all part of your network and extended family, and that will never change. I encourage you to support each other today, tomorrow, and in the years to come. There's tremendous power in community. When you began your education journey, you prepared for this day. Along the way, you acquired new skills, knowledge, and experience, colleagues, friends, and confidence. In the time I've spent alongside you as professor and dean, I've seen firsthand that you have what it takes to achieve great things. Show the world what more you can do. Be innovative and impact the impactful leaders that you are, and remember that you can make the world a better place. Congratulations to each of you. Like everyone with us today, I'm very excited to see where you'll go and what you will do next. I also want to thank you for all that you've done with us over this past year and a half. I want to thank your family and your friends for their support of you. I want to thank our faculty and everyone at the University of Toronto who's helped us achieve what we've been able to achieve and get us to this day. Over the next hour, you'll hear from faculty members who've supported your academic journey, and from your elected class presidents for life and valedictorian. And we'll also recognize the students who have received merit awards for their accomplishments this year. Congratulations to everyone. Enjoy this day and all that it means. Now I want to welcome Natalie Crown, Director of the Doctor of Pharmacy program, to share her thoughts and congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Dolovich, and good morning, everyone. Dear PharmD graduates, I am honored and excited to welcome you today, no longer as PharmD students, but as my pharmacy colleagues. On behalf of the professors, faculty, and all of the staff who have supported your education, I wish you a heartfelt congratulations. We are so proud of your accomplishments thus far and wait in anticipation to see where you go from here. My grade 10 science teacher, Ms. Crooks, was the first to suggest I consider a career in pharmacy. I will sheepishly admit to you that back then I didn't know much about our profession. She told me that pharmacists are true scientists. You must understand biology, chemistry, and more to appreciate how medications treat and cure diseases. Pharmacy has been a wonderful profession for me and has provided me with so many opportunities. I have been shaped by my early educational experiences, the amazing pharmacist clinicians I learned from, and most importantly, the patients I served. Today marks the end of your formal pharmacy education, but the learning is just beginning. My advice to you is to find a good mentor, observe and seek guidance from your experienced pharmacy colleagues, and importantly, your patients. If you slow down and truly learn and listen to your patients' experiences with medication and illness, they will bring the textbooks and journal articles you have spent time studying to life. This is what being a pharmacist is all about. You are now recognized medication experts. You are also collaborators, patient advocates, and professionals. Our healthcare system is complex, and you are valued members of the team. Your purpose, and you have shown that you're ready for it, is to improve the medication outcomes and medication experiences for the people that you serve. The PharmD program at U of T's Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy is rigorous and academically demanding. It is a program that has bench strength across all of the areas that are crucial to the success of a 21st century pharmacist. We believe you need a strong foundation in basic biomedical sciences to help appreciate the scientific underpinnings of medication therapy. This will help you solve complex problems for your patients that extend far beyond looking into a monograph, a drug information database, or cringe, even a Google search. The courses you took in health systems and pharmacy management are anchored in the social and behavioral sciences. These help you establish your footing in the broader healthcare landscape and contribute to fostering the humanistic values that are critical to caring for people. Your pharmacotherapy and medication therapy management courses have taught you about disease states, drugs, and immersed you in simulations that have laid a strong foundation in the practice of pharmacy. And of course, you have spent time immersed in the real-world practice environment during extraordinary times. I know that as you were moving through the program, you may have questioned us, your professors, and maybe at times even had a fleeting moment or two where you doubted your choices. But my hope is that you leave our faculty today with a personal sense of what it means to say, I'm pharmacy, one that is meaningful to you, your experiences, and your future ambitions. Together, we have built a solid foundation in the science and practice of pharmacy, and now it is up to you to leverage it. I want to encourage you all to take a moment at the end of today's Convocation celebration to write down what it means to you to say, I'm pharmacy. What excites you about the profession, the practice of pharmacy, and what you hope to achieve? Write it down, yes, I mean with a real paper and a real pen, and put it away. Let that piece of paper from June 23rd, 2021 guide you as you chart your own course in our profession. On a bad day, because bad days happen to us all, you can take out that piece of paper and remind yourself of your hopes and aspirations as you embarked upon this career. Congratulations to T1s. I truly believe there has never been a more exciting time to enter our profession. You are pharmacy, and we are so proud of you. Enjoy your special day with your loved ones and those who have supported you on this journey. I would now like to introduce Susan Drodge, our Director of Advancement, who will introduce our next session of this morning's program.
Thank you, Natalie. I'm thrilled to join you all this morning in celebration of your graduation. I want to extend a heartfelt welcome to you, to our pharmacy alumni community. Today, you join a community of over 10,400 alumni who are making extraordinary contributions and moving science and health around the world. The Office of Advancement and Alumni Relations fosters strong relationships with alumni and faculty through alumni programming such as events, educational and volunteer opportunities, our alumni newsletters, and providing exclusive alumni benefits and services. So please stay in touch and keep up to date with all of our events and benefits available to you, our newest alumni. When you update your personal email address at alumni.utoronto.ca/newgrads, you are entered to win a chance to win a pair of iPods. In celebration, our Office of Advancement and Alumni Relations also offered a contest for graduates registered for today's event. Following a random draw, the 3 lucky recipients of the Amazon gift cards are Paulina Rodriguez, Jeremy Rousseau Grossman, and Aram Kang. Congratulations, you will each be contacted by our office to receive your prize. Our office also fundraises for faculty priorities to ensure we continue to provide cutting-edge research and educational programs that make a positive impact on the health of Canadians. We also fundraise for student awards, which provide scholarships and bursaries to recognize outstanding student achievements and to provide valuable financial assistance to students in need. Today, we are joined by one of our very committed alumni volunteers and donors, Doris Calumet. Doris was valedictorian and class of 78 president, demonstrating her commitment to her peers and capacity for leadership very early on. She maintained a close connection with faculty and classmates throughout the years and has organized 9 class reunions. She also spearheaded the class of 78 award, which almost all of her classmates have contributed to due to her passionate leadership. Doris practiced as a community pharmacist and returned to the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy in 1981 to teach part-time, then became a full-time faculty member in 2004. She retired in 2016 as the inaugural Director of Student Experience and Academic Progress. In 2017, Calumet's exceptional volunteerism was recognized with an Arbor Award, which is our most prestigious volunteer award at the University of Toronto. She will now be wrapping up her 4-year term as the faculty representative on the College of Electors and currently sits on the faculty's Alumni Awards Selection Committee. Further, she has established the Doris C. Calumet Leadership Award to advocate for student success by encouraging leadership skills and involvement in extracurricular activities, which she will be presenting today along with all of our 4th-year merit awards. Please help me in welcoming Doris Calumet.
Thank you for your kind introduction, Susan. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome and congratulate the class of 2T1 pharmacy graduates, merit award winners, class presidents for life, and the valedictorian. You must feel extremely proud for having achieved your goals, as do your family, friends, and everyone with us today. It is my absolute pleasure to have been asked to join all of you as an alumni donor and volunteer to celebrate your outstanding accomplishments over the past 4 years at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy. I feel so fortunate to have chosen a career in pharmacy, a profession that has been extremely fulfilling in every way and generous in opportunity. I never imagined all that I was able to accomplish when I started my pharmacy education, what seems like only a few years ago. Throughout my teaching career at the faculty and as the inaugural Director of Student Experience and Academic Progress, your hard work and commitment inspired me to donate and establish the Doris C. Calumet Leadership Award to recognize you and the students' achievements. At our 35-year reunion, my classmates and I reflected on our career in pharmacy and how rewarding being a pharmacist has been, being able to give back to the community, the fulfillment of supporting patients' needs, and in creating a comfortable life for our families as they grew. My generous classmates agreed that we were ready to give back to the students at the faculty, and so the Class of '78 award was established. Donor awards allow students to focus on their academic and professional growth over the course of their studies. Instead of giving a handout, I chose to give a hand up to students. Once you are established, please consider sharing whatever you can as a volunteer and a donor to continue the legacy of giving. You've joined an amazing profession that will allow you to help so many people while working with other incredible healthcare providers. There will be challenges, as many of you have already experienced over the last couple of years, but you are obviously very resilient. During difficult times, you can always reach out for support from this community that you have built over the past 4 years. Remember that you are the pharmacy leaders of tomorrow and must uphold our profession's well-deserved reputation. Please stay connected with each other, your faculty and your pharmacy family. Yes, that's family with a PH. Again, my sincerest congratulations to all of the Merit Award winners, the class presidents for life, the valedictorian, and the entire class of 2T1. I wish you continued success. I would now like to acknowledge the individual Merit Award winners from the class of 2T1 in alphabetical order. First, we have our congratulations to Jubair Aziz for receiving the Marvin Copstick Scholarship, awarded to a student who demonstrates significant involvement in their community. Next, we acknowledge Nicole Chang, the recipient of the Douglas Stewart Memorial Award, presented to a student who pursues a hospital pharmacy residency. Congratulations, Nicole. Tierra Marie Kalana has been awarded the Leon Koffler Memorial Scholarship, supported by Shoppers Drug Mart PharmaPre Life Foundation, to the student with the highest cumulative GPA who achieves an honors grade in community practice direct patient care, and the John Roberts Scholarship and Medal, awarded to a student who obtains the highest number of honors grades in the Year 4 courses. Congratulations, Tierra Marie. Kristen Giroux has received the Major F.A. Tilston Victoria Cross Scholarship, given to a student who achieves academic excellence over all 4 years in the Doctor of Pharmacy program. Well done, Kristen. Congratulations to Aline Nguyen, who is the recipient of the American College of Apothecaries Award, presented to a student who has won the patient counseling competition. Gigi Lai, congratulations. You received the Bob Pritchard Memorial Award, presented to a student who has obtained the highest cumulative UPS points, second-class honors in each of years 1, 2, and 3, and pass standing in all Year 4 courses. Simran Maan is the recipient of the Doris Thompson Award, presented to a student who achieves the highest final grade in institutional pharmacy practice management and has been accepted into a hospital pharmacy residency program. Well done, Simran. Shubha Mistry has been awarded the Marvin Copstick Scholarship for demonstrating significant involvement in their community while at the Faculty of Pharmacy. Congratulations. The next Merit Award winner is Elaine Nguyen, who received the Tom Chin Clinical Leader Award, presented to a student with the highest total grades in the 7 required pharmacotherapy courses, who also received the University of Toronto Student Leadership Award. And she received the Doris C. Calumet Leadership Award, presented to a student in the PharmD program who achieved academic excellence, exhibits strong leadership skills, and has been involved in extracurricular activities that contribute to the betterment of student life at the faculty. Congratulations, Elaine. Madeline Powers is the recipient of the Mary T. Gannon Award, presented to a student who has been accepted into a hospital pharmacy residency program. Well done, Madeline. Matthew Spilka has received the Deanna Williams Award, presented to a student who has achieved second-class honors in years 1, 2, and 3, and passed standing in all year 4 courses, and who has demonstrated innovative leadership in a pharmacy-related setting, the likelihood of a noteworthy future contribution to the profession, and a commitment to continuous learning. Congratulations, Matthew. And last but not least, congratulations to Ifan Joe, the recipient of 3 awards, the Harry and Francis Foreman Award, presented to a student who best demonstrates dedication to the practice of pharmacy by going above and beyond in the provision of patient care, as well as the Marvin Copstick Scholarship, awarded to a student who demonstrates significant involvement in their community while at the Faculty of Pharmacy, and the Danusha Oshko Award, presented to a year 4 student who has been accepted into a hospital residency program and has contributed significantly to undergraduate, professional, athletic, and student life. Congratulations, Ifan, and again, congratulations to all the Merit Award winners. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, Doris. And thank you to all of our donors who are watching this morning, including Dr. Leslie Dan, the faculty's generous benefactor. Thank you for your continued commitment to the faculty and our students by establishing those awards like those presented today. I would like to congratulate the students who have received awards for their accomplishments this year, as well as those who have obtained honors. These students are listed on our website in celebration of their achievements. Please find the listing at pharmacy.utoronto.ca. Student awards and bursaries are critical to the vitality of our educational programs at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy. During the academic year, they enable students to focus on their studies rather than worrying about how they will pay for them. At graduation, they enable us to acknowledge the outstanding accomplishments of our remarkable students. Please join me again in thanking our donors for supporting our students throughout their studies. As a reminder, the Office of Convocation 2021 graduation ceremony will occur at 12 p.m. this afternoon. Please visit utoronto.ca/convocation for the streaming details. We've also created fun and interactive AR filter on Instagram and Giphy stickers on all social media platforms in your honor. Just search U of T Pharmacy after hitting the GIF button. I would now like to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Jamie Keller, who is our Associate Dean of Academic, as well as Professor at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy. Welcome, Jamie.
Thanks, Susan. Good morning, class of 2T1. Congratulations on the successful completion of your Doctor of Pharmacy degree. You made it. Welcome to the profession. It is my great pleasure to address you and your loved ones on this very special day. As I reflected on what I would share with you this morning, I thought a lot about the events of this past year, particularly the new words that we have used that have become part of our lexicon. As many of you know, my research focuses on analyzing discourse, so exploring language of the past year seemed a good place to look for inspiration. As I read articles, news stories, and social media posts, the words unprecedented, extraordinary, pivot, perseverance, new normal, and we're all in this together appeared endlessly. Slightly more colloquial terms also caught my attention. Before times, referring to before COVID, doom scrolling, referencing what we now do before bed as we scroll our news feeds, Corona coaster, referring to the constant uncertainty of everything, the Corona cut, that do-it-yourself haircut many are sporting, Zoom fatigue and Zoom bombing, to name but a few. But amongst all the words I read, One stood out as being worthy of a convocation address. Hingy. Now, what is hingy, you may ask? And what does it have to do with COVID? And more importantly, with me as a new pharmacy graduate? Well, it's a rather clunky adjective that's been used to describe hinge events. Hinge events are moments in history that change the way we understand the world. Our concept of what leaders, professions, and institutions can do to bring about radical social reform. The Great Depression is an example of a hinge event, which brought social welfare in the form of employment insurance and the Bank of Canada Act to Canada during the 1930s. There is current conversation amongst experts that COVID-19 is a hinge event, suggesting that we are living through an influential time, a moment of impact, which will lead to large-scale societal transformation. COVID has illuminated, sorry, I'm having a small technical difficulty. All right, well, in all things COVID, here we go again. I am not at home today, so here we go. So there's current conversation among experts that COVID-19 is a hinge event, suggesting that we are living through an influential time, a moment of impact, which will lead to large-scale societal transformation. COVID has illuminated injustices occurring across the world. Difficult conversations are happening all around us, with the hope of sparking positive social change. The profession of pharmacy is poised to come through such transformation favorably, as we have done so many times in our past. The 1950s saw the increase of mass manufacturing of medications, which shifted our focus from compounding to dispensing, and our dispenser and merchant identities. The 1970s saw an explosion of information in the digital age and shifted our focus to clinical pharmacy and our expert advisor identity. The 1990s saw an increase in medication-related morbidity and mortality, which bore the pharmaceutical care movement and our clinician identity. And now, COVID-19 has highlighted a role for the Internet of Technologies, virtual care, and other innovative healthcare modalities. Pharmacy has risen to the challenge and delivered care in new and exciting ways. Hence, now is the time for a debate about how pharmacy will continue to contribute to a rapidly changing healthcare sector accelerated by the pandemic. The technologies introduced over the last year are likely to continue to disrupt the ways in which drugs are supplied and how patients receive support in their medicines taking. In response, pharmacy will need to discover how to work with artificial intelligence, big data, augmented reality, biotechnology, robotics, and a range of other innovative technologies that are beginning to disrupt traditional patient care. Ultimately, hinge events are about opportunity, a door swinging open to a brave new world. One can argue that COVID-19 has opened a new door for pharmacy. It has brought the long-standing, important work of our profession to the forefront of healthcare and made it visible to the masses. Seriously, I have never seen pharmacy on CP24 or breakfast television so much in my lifetime. The question remains, however, will the profession bravely step further through the door and continue to forge a new path in the post-COVID world, or will we revert to the side of the status quo? My challenge for all of you today is to lead us through the door to create a new future for our profession. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Today, each of you will have your degree, Doctor of Pharmacy, conferred from the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy at the University of Toronto. This is your powerful weapon. The last 4 years of education have equipped you with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to shape the new world of pharmacy practice that exists on the other side of the door that COVID-19 has thrust open. So I will leave you with some advice on what you can do to move us into that new world. Articulate what it means to be a pharmacist and share it with whoever will listen. Professional identity is a cornerstone to being a professional. It is the essence of who we are as professionals, not merely what we do. Complete the exercise that Dr. Crown challenged you to do. Write down what I'm Pharmacy means to you as an individual, and use that as the foundation of forming your personal statement about your professional identity. Remember, there is no single identity as a pharmacist you need to strive to achieve. Each identity is legitimate. Find what fits for you. Act like it is possible to change the pharmacy world. Choose actions in your practice each day that embody your identity and which move the profession forward. Small steps lead to big accomplishments. Consistency over time is the key to long-lasting change. Advocate for the profession every chance you get. I hope to continue to see pharmacist experts on CP24 and beyond on a regular basis. We are the best narrators of our pharmacy story, and the time has come to share it with the world to maintain our valued place at the Canadian healthcare table. Anticipate change and welcome it. The future will require us to take on new roles. We have a long history of transformation, more than any other health profession, hence we are ready for this. Challenge the status quo. Disruption of current activities is the driver of innovation and new ways of practice. Today, you transition from pharmacy student to pharmacist. The path ahead is full of opportunity and reward. Remember though, the path is likely to have some bumps and may not be straight. Each twist and turn is an opportunity to move the profession forward into new dimensions that improve the health and well-being of Canadians. Choose courage over comfort when things feel difficult. It won't be easy, but I assure you it will be worth it every time. Class of 2T1, congratulations. I am so very proud of all of your accomplishments. Take time to celebrate your journey and this marvelous day with each other and with your families, following all public health guidelines and safety measures, of course. You are the future of our profession, and our profession is looking very bright. You are ready to move science and health, and I look forward to watching each of you carry our profession boldly into the 21st century. Welcome to the profession. You are pharmacy. I'd now like to welcome Isaac Wade and Yifan Zhou, elected class presidents for life for the class of 2T1. The class presidents for life are the primary contact between their class and the faculty after graduation. The class presidents also become young alumni committee members at the faculty. This committee is made up of alumni from the last decade that support relevant and meaningful programs and services for young alumni while encouraging lifelong participation in philanthropy.
Okay, well, thank you, Jamie, and thank you everyone at home for tuning in. I hope everyone has been having a fantastic summer. First of all, I want to thank you for electing Yifan and myself as co-presidents for life. It was definitely a long and arduous campaign trail. As co-presidents for life, Yifan and I will be hosting events down the line. The best events, the greatest events. And we're looking forward to seeing everyone's smiling faces. So thank you again, congratulations, and let's hear from Yifan.
Thank you. Congratulations, everyone, we did it. It's definitely not an easy task to finish pharmacy school, but we pulled it off so well and made lifelong friends while we're at it. So give yourself lots of credit for making it here today. The past 4 years have been very memorable with all of you. There's so much that we went through together and so much waiting for us in the future. Like Isaac said, we'll be hosting the best events, and we look forward to staying in touch and catching up with all of you. It'll definitely take a longer speech to talk about all of these, so let me introduce Helen, our valedictorian, who will probably make us laugh and tear up with her speech. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to the friends, family, faculty, and our fellow 2T1s for joining us today to celebrate our graduation. And although we're not able to gather in person, I'm really grateful that we're able to come together virtually. My name is Helen Liu, and I'm incredibly excited and honored to be speaking to you all today as the valedictorian. Wherever you may be tuning in from, I would like to also take a moment to acknowledge the history of this shared land that we're on today. Today, I'm speaking to you all from my hometown, Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, as well as the homeland of the Métis Nation. I would also like to recognize the U of T campus and pharmacy building that we've called our home for the last 4 years, and how it has served as a meeting place for thousands of years before us as the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge there might be many folks that are tuning in today that are attending from other Indigenous lands. It was really important for me to include a land acknowledgement, not as a formality, but in the hopes that it will serve as an opportunity to reflect on our own positionality, spark a discussion, and encourage us to learn more about Indigenous history, culture, and experience in order to become better allies. Our identities are inextricably tied to where we come from and the people we spend our time with, whether it refers to a community of people, a physical space, or both. And in our context, as pharmacy students, the Faculty of Pharmacy and campus has become part of our identity, part of where we came from, where we grew, and spent our collective time together. And it's amazing when you think about all the circumstances that have brought us here today and all the factors that have had to align to create a class filled with dynamic personalities and passions, a wide array of talents, opinions, and lots of smarts. We grew up all over the world and were scattered from the east to west coast, yet we all chose to call Toronto home and to pursue our PharmDs at U of T. And maybe like me, there were people that you knew from your alma mater that made it to pharmacy with you. Or maybe you came into this program knowing only some acquaintances, or maybe no one at all. Yet the moment that we entered our program, we were welcomed into the tight-knit culture. It's been a place where we can openly share our ideas, thoughts, and discourse with one another. It has connected us to others in different stages of life and provided us the opportunity to try new things and meet new people. Our time in pharmacy has even provided us an opportunity to better connect with our acquaintances and even to reconnect with old friends, which has undoubtedly tied us closer together. And speaking of friends, we had many friends who would call us the mornings of midterms and finals to make sure that we didn't sleep in. We had friends who taught us courses, stayed up with us studying late into the night in the PB fishbowl, or even those who would offer a spare bed or couch to commuters. We are all interconnected, and I'm very grateful that I've spent my time and we've shared a very special moment of our lives with each other. And lastly, I'll never forget the moment when we had just learned about osteoporosis, and I looked up all the way across the lecture hall and I saw one of our classmates drinking straight from a 4-liter jug of milk. These last 4 years have encouraged and challenged me to grow in many ways that I never expected. And as I reflect back on our time together at the faculty, I'm incredibly grateful to be surrounded by such a strong sense of camaraderie. I think back to our induction into the faculty at our white coat ceremony, how excited we were to don our white coats for the first time surrounded by our friends and eager to get a photo with Leslie Dan, who is tuning in today on YouTube. Our first MTM lab, creating drug tables with our friends and watching them demonstrate how to insert Vagifem. Then came our first chance to interact with real patients. And whether the pharmacy was already a place that you called home, or maybe for others like me, it was the first time we stepped foot in a dispensary. Those 4 or 5 weeks of EPE1 definitely forced us to hit the ground running. I remember on my very first day, my preceptor had me start by filling prescriptions. I took great care in selecting, counting, and putting the medications into an empty vial before passing it to him. I remember thinking to myself, that wasn't that bad, only to have my preceptor tell me that I'd forgotten to include the prescription label. And it's hard to imagine a pharmacist making an error like that today. And maybe this didn't happen to you, but there were definitely a lot of habits that are now automatic for us that we didn't know before, and it shows the difference of where we started and where we are now. And when I think back to second year, I don't really remember much happening, except for coming back and realizing that the chairs in PB were now bright green. I'm just kidding though. Second year was a pretty challenging year for all of us, whether or not we had pressures from our academic or our personal lives. And finally, third year. We finally reached a very long-awaited moment for all of us. We could choose our own electives and explore our interests. We watched our classmates succeed at the annual business plan competition. We saw them in a new light as innovators and entrepreneurs as they presented innovative ways to improve patient care and the wider healthcare system. And even though school was virtual, we got to celebrate our last day of classes and finally write our last exam. Woohoo, we did it! And then fourth year, there was something inexplicably exciting about spontaneously seeing or meeting a fellow 2T1 during our APPE year. In such an uncertain time, it was so reassuring to see a familiar face and have an unspoken understanding of what it meant to be in a similar situation and knowing that we were going through these challenges together, while also secretly being jealous of those on their break blocks. Our PharmD degree has not come easy though, and it has been many years in the making. And I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who has helped us get here today. To our partners, parents, family, and friends with us here, and those who could not be, thank you for supporting us throughout our time in the program. To our preceptors and mentors, thank you for your time, experience, and patience. Thank you for pushing us outside of our own comfort zones and for showing us what it means to be leaders in our own fields. To the faculty, professors, administrative and support staff, thank you for your dedication to your students, for imparting your knowledge, and for making sure that we graduated on time despite such a turbulent and unpredictable year. To the alumni and donors, thank you for your continued support and contributions to improve our student life and for enriching our time here at the faculty. And finally, to my classmates, the reason that we're all celebrating here today, thank you. I am truly honored and fortunate to have gotten to know so many incredibly talented classmates. We have 2T1s who are varsity athletes, creative artists and musicians, fitness enthusiasts, and Photoshop experts, to say the least. Our classmates have taken on leadership roles, improved student life, engaged with stakeholders, and advocated for our profession. Our own class took action into our hands and successfully campaigned to the Honorable Christine Elliott, Ontario Minister of Health, to change government restrictions and allow us to become licensed on time. And within just a few short days, our class was able to gather thousands of signatures supporting our cause by reaching out to our family, friends, and communities. And I'd like to take a moment to celebrate that. You all continue to give back to this profession and the community. As students, even throughout our studies and our APPEs, we found ways to help out during the pandemic. We worked extra shifts at the pharmacy to help support our communities, found ways to support frontline healthcare workers through initiatives like the PPE and 3D printed face shield donations, and some of us even found ourselves taking on caregiver roles or providing reassurance and health information to friends and family. And while COVID is still ongoing and the arduous effects of the pandemic can still be felt, it is even more important to pause and celebrate our accomplishments and major milestones. At times, we may feel uncertain or unprepared to take on the challenges of being a pharmacist, while other times we might feel excited for the opportunity. No matter the circumstances, I believe that the unchanging truth is that we are well equipped to succeed. We have managed to endure and excel through the last 4 years, overcoming challenge over challenge, challenge after challenge. Our successful completion of our APPEs and our program are proof of the skills we've honed that will continue to carry us forward. This is the year that healthcare is sexy and cool. And as we begin our careers, I want to encourage us all to go forth with confidence and optimism. I know that we can all achieve great things, so let's keep in touch. And as Douglas Adams so aptly wrote, so long and thank you for all the fish. To my fellow graduates of the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy, class of 2021, congratulations. We finally made it, woo! And now it is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Zubin Austin, to share the closing remarks.
Hello, and thank you for this opportunity to close today's virtual convocation. And a big thank you to Helen for really summarizing an eventful 4 years. Over the last 4 years, It's been a pleasure to watch you grow and develop into caring and competent healthcare professionals. But now, as this ceremony comes to an end, it's my job to simply say goodbye. It's an interesting word, goodbye. It comes from an old Anglo-Saxon phrase, God be with ye. Maybe it reflects a very distinctive English or Anglo-Saxon notion that things actually must come to an end. And even though we will never see each other again, God be with ye, or goodbye. Now, as many of you know, based on your own background or heritage, other cultures have a different understanding of what goodbye means, ways that are much less definite and much less formally separating than perhaps in English. For the Arabic speakers among you, the word salam, or the more formal assalamu alaikum, can be used, which translates roughly into peace be unto you, no matter if you are coming, going, or staying. There is not the same connotation of permanence and separation we hear in English with the word goodbye. Similarly, in Hebrew, the word shalom, or its more formal shalom aleichem, is used for both hellos and goodbyes. Most famously, of course, is aloha in Hawaiian, used to indicate both welcome and farewell. But aloha is also an informal expression of love, of affection, of belongingness, and a signal of best wishes for whatever lies ahead. The idea that one small word like aloha can express so much might seem strange to English speakers, but when used among people who know each other well, the specific intention is almost always immediately understood by both the speaker and the listener with no need for clarification. The Gujarati word that might be used is aujo, which roughly means come back again soon. Some might also say malsu, meaning we'll see each other shortly. For Gujarati speakers, goodbye doesn't have the same sense of permanence, the same finite quality that it may have for English speakers. While Cantonese speakers may casually say bye-bye, the more formal jai jin also has a connotation that this specific departure is not forever, but instead part of an endless repeating pattern of nearness and farness that does not warrant permanent status. So I don't think today is actually the right day to say goodbye to any of you. I don't know which language to select to express the concept that you are not leaving this faculty, but you are actually joining a profession. So it's simply that your role or title is changing, not that you are actually going anywhere. You are not saying goodbye to us or to each other. It comforts me today to think that you're not really leaving, just elevating to a different place. We talk a lot about the pharmacy family and the power of a professional network, but here is where it really counts. Today, it's more about aloha or aujo or shalom than it is about goodbye. So this is not goodbye, it is salam. It is not farewell, it is welcome to the next chapter in your evolving relationship with your profession. And it is a malso, a reminder that we will be crossing paths with each other in the years and decades ahead. Congratulations to each of you, your families and support networks, and best wishes for continuing success and great happiness for whatever comes up next for you. Thank you for joining us today and sharing this important milestone for all of us, and this milestone for the profession of pharmacy. I will now officially conclude today's ceremony by first thanking Tara O'Leary and Steve Southern for producing this event and providing us with this opportunity to stay connected during this season of COVID. I'd also particularly like to thank the parents, partners, siblings, and supporters of our students who have seen them through the past 4 years to this moment. And finally, let me thank each and every graduate with us today, not for only completing 4 years of intense and difficult study at the faculty, but more importantly, to thank you for the essential and literally life-saving work you will soon be doing across this country. Thank you, everyone, for attending our virtual convocation today. Congratulations and bye-bye.